And I've been in Russia now for, oh goodness, almost 7 months. It's a very long time. And I still love it. I love the food, I love the culture, I love the people. Everyone is so nice and welcoming, thank you. And I survived winter, so that's been really great because now I get to go home and say, oh yeah, I've experienced Russian winter. I don't get cold anymore. Yeah. So that's really all I have to say about myself. I don't know if anyone has any questions. If not, I'll ask you guys some questions.
How much longer are you going to stay here?
How much longer am I going to be here? I leave on July 25th. So, like 2 months and 12 days.
Are you counting the days like before you leave?
What and month in the
Are you looking forward to leaving?
No, it's a hard subject because I love it here and I'm getting now to the point where I really understand. Okay, I understand most Russian that's spoken to me. Unfortunately, Russian grammar is so hard, and so my speaking abilities are okay. People understand me, but I know that I make so many mistakes. But I can order coffee without a problem. So the exchange is going really well. And so I really don't want to leave now that I'm getting to this place where it's not really hard for me to live here anymore. Because for a little bit of time, it was just so hard because I couldn't understand anything and I couldn't say anything and I didn't understand the culture. But now I understand the culture. Well, okay, I don't completely understand the culture. I still don't know why you guys drink so much tea. But I'm starting to understand the culture and I really understand the language and I'm starting to gain proficiency in speaking the language. So now is the time when I'm like, no, I don't want to leave. But of course, in 2 months and 12 days, when my speaking abilities will be better and I'll be so happy, that's when I'll have to leave. So I don't want to leave at all. I want to stay.
Amazing.
I know.
Do you mean to say that you don't feel homesick?
No, okay. Occasionally I miss my dogs. But that's kind of it. And I miss learning in school because I do learn in school here. Russian schools I think are actually harder than American schools. The problem is that academic language is harder than my normal vocabulary, and so there's a lot of times in classes like humanities where I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, and so that's why my journal is just full of drawings. And I also have classes here with all of the different grades, so I have classes with first class and second class and third class, and so I'm not.
Which class do you really belong?
I really belong in third class. No, I belong in America. I'm supposed to be in the 11th class, but in America we go until 12th class, so it wouldn't actually be my last year. But that's the grade I'm supposed to be in.
And I mean, in which class do you feel really comfortable?
Here. Okay. Third class because.
Third.
Yes. Because. Because they love me, but also because they've started saying that no, we're not learning English, we're learning Piper English. Yes, that's correct. It's really funny. Yeah, they're just a really interesting age to be with, and they're just really happy when me and Joaquin, he's the other exchange student, he's from Mexico, when we come into the classroom, they're like, yay! And the kids in 10th class are not nearly as excited to see us, so, yeah.
Do you plan to come back to Russia?
Yes. Hopefully, I want to participate in a program called the Russian Flagship Program. And what that is I would spend a year in university college in the US, learning Russian language more, getting much better at reading and writing because that's a skill I'm kind of lacking in. And then I would come back to Russia for another year to study in St. Petersburg University, actually. That's where the program exchanges with. So I would be back in this city, which would be really amazing. And hopefully that would be in 2 years? Yeah. So of course I'll be back. And I'm gonna bring my mom, and I'm gonna bring my grandma. I want to bring as many people as I can, because people really don't understand what it's like until they've been here. So I talk with people on the phone, and I say, oh my gosh, Russia's the best place ever. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, and I know they're not gonna understand until they get here. But I'll make them get here, so they will understand.
And could you tell us more about your ancestors, about your family?
My
history?
ancestors?
Yeah.
Okay, so, again, I have 5 grandmas. Is this what we're talking about? About my 5 grandmas?
No, I mean ancestors. How many generations all in all have you?
How many generations? In the United States.
Where did
Okay,
they come
perfect.
from?
So, I had a great-grandma. Her name was Viola. We called her Grandma Vi because Viola is also a strange name. And we also named one of my chickens after her. So Grandma Vi and Grandpa Francis, which is my middle name also is Francis, Grandpa Francis, he moved to the United States from France. And our last name, which is Tour, used to be like Le Tour. I can't speak French, but and it means something. It means like big building. We have a family emblem that's a castle, so it means something like castle or big building. And so he moved from France to the United States, and he changed the name Le Tour or whatever it was to just Tour to sound more American. And then he met my great-grandma Vi, they got married, had my grandpa Jim, who's married to Tracy, who moved from Holland when she was 2, and my other grandma, who came from Ireland. My family comes from everywhere.
Does that mean that you're the 3rd generation?
I suppose. I don't really know how to count generations. Okay, so my great-grandpa, my great-grandpa, and then my grandpa, and then my mom, and then 4. So I'm 4.
That's 4.
Yes. Which is pretty good, because my country is not that old. My country is very young.
Yeah.
And my grandma was born in 1910. Yeah, my great-grandma. Yeah. So that was a very long time ago.
City is older than your country.
I know.
But Piper, could you tell me why do you call your chicken pets? We all know that chicken are food.
Okay, so I actually was vegetarian for 6 years. This is why they were pets. So I was vegetarian for 6 years. I only stopped becoming vegetarian when I came here, actually, just because I feel like food is a huge part of culture, and so I wanted to make sure that I was trying everything, and
Resist the temptation.
yeah, I couldn't. I mean, I had to try like shawarma, and I had to have borscht with pork, and it was important for me to eat meat. And so, but before I came, I was vegetarian, and so when we had the chickens, they were just pets because we raised them from eggs. How could you eat something that you raised from an egg? They were so cute. They were like this big, and they were fluffy, and they would they were so cute. And so we raised them, and then we put them outside, and then we would collect their eggs though. once they could lay eggs, and we would eat their eggs. So, but we didn't have a rooster, so they weren't fertilized eggs. They weren't going to be baby chickens. They were just eggs. And we ate them, and they were delicious.
Any more questions? Mary? Mary, I know you've got a question to ask. Not yet?
What was the hardest experience you get through? I mean, in Russia,
Mhm.
this time.
Okay. Hardest experience so far in Russia. There have been 2 moments where I look back now and I think they're funny, but in the moment I was feeling hurt. Me and my other exchange friends, there's 2 kids from Germany, 2 kids from Belgium, 1 boy from Mexico. And 2 boys from Taiwan. Almost forgot. Okay. And, whoops. And so we all were at the Savior on Spilt Blood Cathedral, which is the one with all the colors. Yeah. And yeah. And so we wanted to take a picture with us and our flags and look super international. And so we asked someone if they would take a picture, and they said no. And we asked them why, and they were like, I'm not going to take a picture of an American flag because I'm a real Russian. And I was like, really? So that was hard because I was like, oh no, people hate me because I'm American. And then I realized that was stupid and not true, and people don't care if I'm American or not. And then I had another similar moment where I was walking down the street speaking in English with my Belgian friend, and someone yelled to me in English. He said, "Hey Yankee, go home." I was like, looking back on it, it was pretty hilarious. But in the moment, I was like, oh no. But I got over it. Yeah.
Oh, forget about it.
Yeah. I'm better than those people that are mean to me. And there was also a hard time when I had a strange host family that never talked to me. I moved into their house, and the host mom directly said to me, "Hey, I probably won't talk to you." And I was like, okay.
Could you speak English?
Yeah, she spoke really good English, and she also had a daughter my same age, who seemed really interested in me at first, but then they both just never talked to me ever really, and so that was really hard because I was basically.
Was there a reason for this?
I don't know. I tried to.
Find out?
Yeah, I tried to talk with my host sister, and I was gonna try and find out, but she just kind of shut me out, and so I just went back to my room. And my host mom there also went on business trips a lot to, she went to Sochi and Italy, and she would leave for weeks at a time. So that was really strange and really challenging, but I feel like I got to do a lot of self-reflection during that time where I was by myself, and yeah, so I learned a lot about myself during that month, and that's okay. And now I'm with a different family, and they are awesome, so it's all good. Yeah.